Let's head north. 200 protesters stopped traffic in Whangarei today in a march against plans for a water bottling operation at Poroti Springs. The springs have been owned by Maori since the 1890s, but an Auckland company has applied for consent to build a bottling factory across the road, and anger is simmering over the proposal. Lois Williams caught the action.
You could hear it from streets away, a powerful haka that brought shopkeepers out of their stores and stopped traffic and tourists in their tracks. Maori and Pākehā joined forces for the march, winding their way through downtown streets, waving flags and placards and vowing to fight the sale of Poroti water. Poroti hapu have been battling Zodiac Holdings for years. The first battle was over water rights. The company has a 35-year consent from the Northland Regional Council to draw water from the aquifers that feed the springs. It only recently pumped up its first truckload and carted it off to Auckland for bottling. But now it's applied to the Whangarei District Council to build a large bottling plant on its site. It's done everything by the book. But for the locals like Kuia Emma Cribb, the book itself is wrong.
It's unjust, it's wrong, and it needs to be rectified. The people have carried this mamai and so forth, so please listen to the people.
Zodiac's water consent has a proviso that it can't take water if the flow in the springs drops below a certain level. But the hapu have little faith in that, and they fear effluent from the factory will find its way into the groundwater. They also regard the springs as a taonga, a place where babies and warriors have been blessed for centuries, and a source of food like watercress. And unlike the springs these days, those feelings run very deep.
They're taking water from Poroti Springs. My father was from there, and I've always been fighting it. And now they're taking it away and selling it. And the community's not getting anything back from it at all.
Haukainga, we're not happy with these people. Who are they? It's our water. Our kids go there. This fella here was blessed in that water. He was given his name. His big brother was brought all the way from Taupo and given his name in that corner. Who the hell do they think they are? Eh?
Whangarei's River Patrol founder Milan Ruka and Kaumatua Hona Edwards led the marchers first to the Regional Council building to slip under the door a summary of the hapu's grievances. First and foremost is that they've never been recognised as an interested party in water consents, and they've never been offered a share in their own water. Then it was on to the District Council chambers so Mr Ruka could hand over more than 1,200 objections to the water bottling factory application. Marching with the protesters were several election candidates, including Labour's Tony Savage.
Because it seems to me, from what I've read, that might be a couple of wide boys from Auckland that are coming up here and taking the water. Those local rights aren't being respected at all.
And the Greens MP, Catherine Delahunty, fired up the crowd in the mall.
There is no way that what happens under the ground can be protected if we suck it up and give it away. All the activists on the Y that I work with, we are with you, we are proud of you, and we see you as the front line.
Zodiac's director, the Auckland businessman Paul Thompson, says the company has put its factory application on hold for 2 weeks while it considers the objections. For Checkpoint, Lois Williams.